What's up guys, Mano here. As of recording this video, I'm currently working at home, recovering from a minor flu and isolating myself and my family from further infections, hence this style of vlog again. This is another motorcycle review without an actual motorcycle but with pictures from my archives this time. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mano and I'm an unsupervised car salesman that happens to buy and sell motorcycles as a side hustle. And yes, I have owned, ridden, and sold a lot of different motorcycles in the past, way before I started this channel. And this review is based solely on my recollection of the motorcycle that I'll be talking about, and that is a 2017 Royal Enfield Classic 350 bs6. Oh yeah, if you watch this video all the way to the end and like this content, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, because that helps me a lot in keeping me motivated in making more. And if you have experienced this particular bike, feel free to post your opinions in the comment section below. With that out of the way, let's begin. So, in the third quarter of 2020, I was in the market for a classic styled motorcycle to play with and to sell for a profit. I chanced upon a slightly used stock 2017 Classic 350 on Facebook Marketplace, of all places, which was priced just right at that time. Long story short, I met the seller, looked at the bike, and paid for it. Now, the Classic 350 is a very iconic bike that I had my eyes on for quite some time, ever since Royal Enfield decided to sell their bikes over here. Mine was in gunmetal gray. It had some modern amenities like electric start, front and rear disc brakes, but with no ABS, and it came with a chrome crash bar and leather tool bag that was included by the previous owner. Styling was the primary reason why I bought the Classic 350 in the first place. Vintage good looks that bring you back in time, and it was definitely a head turner. Just look at it, it screams 1950s all over, and unknowing yet curious onlookers would even tell me that I did a great job at restoring it. Right, for ergonomics, the seat was surprisingly very tall but well padded. At my height, I could flat-foot both feet on the ground with my knees slightly bent. Foot pegs are at a very neutral and comfortable mid-position, which I really liked since I was still recovering from a knee injury at that time. Reach to the bars was kinda awkward for me though, and I found it a bit low for my taste. If I changed the bars to something taller, I'm sure it would have felt a lot better for me. If you're a shorter rider, then modifications to the seat and suspension are probably your first on the list. Now, riding the Classic 350 is definitely an experience, and I will be very honest with regards to this part. First of all, engine performance is very, very agricultural. It's not fast, and I'm sure owners out there agree with me. The vibrations from the air-cooled 350cc single-cylinder pushrod motor can be felt through the bars or everywhere you put your hand on. And even while looking at it idling, you can see the bike shaking. But that was expected already, considering this engine has remained generally unchanged from the moment it came to be. Will it win a drag race against a modern 150cc scooter? The answer is a solid no, and I have done it. Is it a bad thing? In my opinion, no. Despite it being slow and ancient, I do like the fact that there is a lot of flow and torque to move you forward at a very predictable manner. Grabbing a handful of throttle does not result in instant acceleration, but more of a suggestion to move slightly faster. This engine is as ancient as it gets. It's flawed, it's clunky, it's got character of its own that no other brand can replicate. And yes, it comes with a kickstart, which I really like, and it's pretty easy to fire up if you know the technique. Handling also was an exercise in patience and a lot of body language. It wasn't the most confidence-inspiring ride at all, and it definitely wasn't the most agile motorcycle that I have ever ridden. But it was one of the most entertaining that I have ever ridden in terms of giving it input. At lower city speeds like 50 or 60 kilometers per hour, the Classic 350 operates like any other standard motorcycle. A bit of body language, and it does what you think it's supposed to do. At speeds above that, though, then it becomes a bit more resistant to your inputs. To go into a corner, you really have to lean your body towards the direction that you want to go. Like bringing your face to the side mirrors, kind of lean, if you know what I mean. And yes, the exhaust side has the least cornering clearance. Braking on this version of the Classic 350 was better than I expected prior to buying it. Having disc brakes at the front and back definitely gave me some level of confidence in controlling the bike at speeds. Emphasis on some confidence despite the front brake feeling a bit mushy and the rear a bit too grabby. It does a good job at slowing the bike down though, but I wouldn't trust them at sudden braking situations, especially at speeds higher than 80 kilometers per hour. Okay, despite the negatives that I have said, I did enjoy my time on the Classic 350. I do get the point of what the bike is all about. It's not about going fast or carving corners with the pegs dragging. It's not the most comfortable ride either. It's basically a 60-year-old motorcycle that received very minor updates since its conception. The Classic 350 was a major throwback to a time when riding a motorcycle was a lot simpler but more engaging in regards to the senses. It did give me the vintage feels I was hoping to get, but I was looking for something a bit more raw. That's why I sold it in 2 weeks after I got it and bought something else. Something a lot more primitive, but still from Royal Enfield. But that's for another video. Anyway, hope to see you in the next one. Bye.